Yes, what's good? Welcome. So I'm just out in the countryside, getting my steps in and just getting some fresh air because we need to get out during these times. Obviously, keeping a good distance from everyone. Just thought I'd pick up the camera and just talk about why you should always choose the hardest path in life. Okay, easier said than done, I know. But I was just walking, I was just having a bit of a thought, and I just thought about situations like when I used to be in work at my old job, when I was travelling, relationships, and a lot of the time we try and shortcut the hard things in life. We try and fast track and get there quicker, which always ends up, most of the time, not the best decision. So obviously I was listening to an audiobook by Ryan Holiday. It's called Obstacle is the Way. And I think a lot of my thoughts stem from that, because in that book he was talking about how the obstacle that is preventing you from getting to where you want to be, that's the path you've got to take. So in essence, if something's hard, tackle it head on. Don't try and go the longer way around or try and take a shortcut to get the same result, if that makes sense. Now obviously it depends on the context. It depends on the context of the situation and what's going on. But like, for example, if you're in work and your boss tells you to do a task which you've never done before, you could either shy away from it and be like, I don't want to do it because, I'm not skilled or I'm not competent in doing that. Or you can tackle it head on and do it and take the risk and learn from your failures. And I think that's such an important message in life, to, do things that are fucking scary, because that's where we get most of our growth from, don't we, in essence. And I know for me, I've done things in work where I was frightened to do it, to have like meetings with people or to have difficult conversations with people. You go in and you've got butterflies in your stomach because you're nervous about how you're going to approach that situation. But then when you come out of that, out of that difficult conversation, or out of that, difficult business meeting, or out of that class that you've done fitness instructing for the first time, you come out of it with a sense of like a fucking euphoric sense, man. Like a feeling of like, wow, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. And I think that's how a lot of things in life actually end up. You have these butterflies in your stomach before you do something, before you take that risk or take that chance. And then when you come out of it, you think, you know what, I'd do that again because it wasn't even that bad. And I know it's easier said than done, me talking to a camera about it, but I just thought that needs to be put out there and reiterated by a lot of people, that we just need to do things that are going to scare us, and how near enough all the time you're still going to be alive, you're still breathing, you're still living. So it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. Just some of my thoughts for today. That was literally my main thought of today, walking down, and I just thought, right, I need to pick up the camera and just speak this, because whatever comes into my beautiful mind, I need to get out. Also, I think another important thing is the importance of breaking down obstacles. Okay, so the opposite of that is, you have an obstacle. How do we get past that obstacle? And I think that obviously tackling it head on is always a good option, but breaking it down. So it's like when you have a goal may seem so far away, but then when you actually sit down and break it into little steps, it becomes easier to achieve. And I think that's the same with obstacles. I think that if you've got a goal, or there's something given to you, like a task in work, or you're having difficulty in your relationships, how can you get to that Z point where you've got past the obstacle? But how can you get to it in a way where it's not going to break you down as a person, if that makes sense? And I think that's why it's important to take a step back, look at what you need to overcome, and then break it down how you're going to get there. So easiest example is weight loss, for example. So you want to lose 10 pounds, but you're looking at the bigger picture of, you're looking at 10 pounds is going to take me 8 weeks or whatever. But then if you break it down, right, I want to lose 2 pounds first, then I want to lose another 2 pounds. Before you know it, you've got past that 10 pound mark. And I think that's the best way to approach most things in life, is to look at things and break them down, not to look at them and think, oh, that's so far away, it's going to take me so long to get there. But yeah, people, that's today's video. Just a short and sweet one. Nothing too crazy. I'm just trying to, you know, add a bit of a reflective day today of where I want to go. And I look back at the 1st of January when I was in Australia, when I was living the high life, when I was in a beautiful apartment in the middle of Bondi, and I wrote down my New Year's goals, and I look back at them today, and I'm a long way off them. So today's been quite a reflective day. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board when I go home, and I'm going to do literally what I've done, what I've spoke about today. I'm going to create step-by-steps of how I can achieve my goals, and I think that's important for a lot of people. So I think that after you've listened to this video, if you're still listening, you need to go to the drawing board, write it down. Things always stick in your mind if you write it down. Don't use your phone. Write it down and then break it down. Right, peace out. I'll catch you in the next one.